Hello everyone, and welcome to an Enshrouded build video. Today we are building a tavern for our bard. I decided to build the tavern right here in between my barn and my blacksmith, so that we could have a pathway that led off to the side to where we're going to put our tower later on. As always, a little bit of landscaping to get started. I didn't do anything to the floor this time. I wanted it to sit naturally, so I went ahead and started planning it out. I planned out with some thin blocks, and then when I was happy with what space we were going to use, I used the thicker foundation to fill it all in. With the floor ready, I decided to start putting in the walls. I started off with a wooden wall, but while I was doing that, I remembered that I knew I wanted this to be quite a tall building, so I put in a half wall of castle stone wall as the base, just to give it a little bit of strength in its foundation. Once the space was outlined, I decided that I would use conifer wood to go around the perimeter again. I knew that I wanted it to be tall, but I wasn't sure yet about just how tall I wanted it to be. I did end up going with the taller pieces of wall just to start it up though. A few things that I wanted in this build: needed a kitchen space, needed the front floor space for seating and entertainment, and then it needed bedrooms, so bedrooms would be going on the second floor. I blocked out the kitchen area, but very quickly decided that I had taken up too much space for a kitchen, so I shortened it and put a staircase along the side. I put in a little walkway that wrapped around the building, and I was going to put the rooms for everyone on this side. While I was busy with that though, the first feeling was it's taking up way too much space. I wanted the seating area down below to be open. I finished it though, just to see what space I'd actually have for the bedrooms. And it wasn't much. So I decided to pull it down and figure something else out. Immediately, I looked at the kitchen and I decided, you know what? That's where our rooms have to go. So I leveled out the floor and the walls, got ready to put in a brand new way to go up. This happens quite a lot with every build, but I decided to leave it in here this time. I don't really build with the design in mind. I sort of do it freehand almost. So I do put things up and take them down quite often. I decided to put my stairs along the left-hand side of the building so that the walkway could take up less space in areas where people would be sitting. Once I had filled in the area above the kitchen, I put in some walls just to check what it would have looked like. I also realized I didn't have a bed on me to measure, so I quickly dug out a little doorway and headed down into the storeroom. If you haven't seen the storeroom build video yet, there's a link up at the top right. Once I had filled up on everything I felt I'd need, I took a bed back and measured out the room. I also put a doorway on, just to be sure about it. but ultimately this was just too small. So I decided to take out the back walls and I added in a extra lip onto the building's backside. This would give me enough room for my rooms. Place the bed down again just to be sure. And it was pretty decent in space. So it was back to construction time. Once I had all my rooms in, I decided to pull the walkway along the other side of the building so that we could do a balcony on the front of the building where people could sit and relax for a bit. Once the balcony was done, it was time to start finishing off the walls. I have been really mindful after a really helpful comment on my one YouTube video about the windows. I need to start thinking about their function more than their aesthetic. So you'll see me putting in some windows here, making some really big ones, making some smaller ones, all in spaces where I'm trying to get them to bring light into the building. This is quite a big building at the end of the day, so I wanted daytime light to be the main light source when people were in there during the day. I jumped up and down between the two floors quite a lot because I was trying to get it to be symmetrical. Once I was happy with the inside though, I quickly put in some support beams and it was really starting to look good. I was really enjoying what was coming out. On the front, I decided to put some really nice big windows in. And we were just about complete with the layout of the walls. I wasn't very happy with the floor, with the stone. It made it feel really cold. So I wanted to replace the flooring with some wood. I jumped down and started taking out bit by bit. This took a good half an hour, but a little time into it, I realized something. If you are removing blocks in this sense, you can literally just hold right click and aim your mouse, and it will make the whole process so much quicker. It still took me some time to get this done, but I'm glad that I did it. I decided to fill it in with the pine wood. I really like the pattern and the fact that it had a difference to all the conifer wood that we had already put everywhere. I really wanted to do something interesting with the floor, so I put in small blocks and I made bigger blocks. I experimented quite a bit, but in the end I decided I would do sort of a take on the same pattern that's within the pine wood blocks. I did from corner to corner a block out and then counted 6 up and took a block out towards the other direction. this helped me create a feeling of a crisscross pattern that was kind of meant to be. It looked pretty cool. I filled this in with the shroud block because I really liked the way that it contrasted against the pine wood. And ended up filling it all in. I should try and do some pixel art with the flooring. What do you guys think? With the floor all done, I was feeling really confident about our build at this point. All we needed to do was add in the bard stage. I used conifer wood for the base and some pine wood for small little railings. The outline was looking really good. I was really happy with the layout that we had put together for this. It was time to take on that thing that we all love so much. Our favorite, not so favorite, part of building. Putting in the roofing after building so much in this village, I want to tell you it's gotten easier, but there are still some points where I really struggle. I'm definitely faster at it, so I guess I have improved somewhat. There was a lot of back and forth getting this put in, but once it was done, it was done. It ended up coming out really nice. With such a high ceiling, I decided to put in some support beams. They would help a lot later on with the lighting. And it looked really good too. One of the other things that came up and into the game with update 5 were railings or stairs. So I knew that I just had to use them in this. And I must say, with the new placement features of update 5, it actually made it pretty simple. I usually wait and do decoration in the second sitting, but with all the new things Update 5 brought, these banisters got me so excited that I decided to just go full send and finish off the decorating in one go. I really enjoy this part of building. giving the inside a sense of life. It just scratches the right itch, you know? There are a few Easter eggs inside this building too, but I won't be showing all of them here. If you guys would like to see more of this part of my builds, please let me know, because I actually cut out quite a lot of it. There's some thought process that goes behind it. Floor plans, trying to make it look like it's lived in and used. It's all things that I think about when I do the decorating. But I'm not sure everybody wants to see that. So, if you would like me to share more of that, please do let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to reply and have a look. Everything was in place. Our tavern was ready for its inhabitants. I really love the way that the tavern came out. There's so many different little things on the inside that I got to put down and place strategically. I cannot wait to have friends come and explore it. There's an Easter egg upstairs, downstairs. There's a few things everywhere that I get to place and know that it's being lived in. The one thing that I did notice on the outside, it needed some of the new tool to happen. The overgrowth tool came with update 5 and it lets you place vines with flowers or just plain green vines down on walls and floors. And it really, really adds to the building's outsides. I love the way that this turned out. It's definitely my favorite build by far. I can't wait for you guys to see the rest of the village. Remember to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the build down in the comments, or if there's something you'd like to see being built. The next thing on the list is a tower for the alchemist and a basement for the necromancer. I'll see you next time.